Travis Wayne Goodsell. Google put it back. That is interesting. The docket.justia.com with the whole charting is back. Interesting. I wonder why it was changed today. I'm not expecting anything. Yeah, nothing. Okay. So, assuming that Judge Oberg follows the court rules, follows the law, she will have to give an order against the church for losing not just a civil case, but an order for the arrest of all involved in my complaint for criminal prosecution. And today, just out of the blue, I get the idea in my head, what if the orders are sealed, so that when I look on the docket one morning after midnight and find that Judge Oberg has made a decision, she's given an order, and it's sealed, and I don't know what it is. And so I checked online and found that Robert Timothy Reagan for the Federal Judicial Center in 2010 created a Sealing Court Records and Proceedings, a pocketbook guide. Perfect. And so I'm going over it now. I downloaded the PDF version. Okay, and so here's the table of contents. The public right of access, the common law and the First Amendment, the Sixth Amendment, specific record and proceeding issues. And here's some of the justifications for sealing records and proceedings and even orders in that particular case, proceedings. One, it involves national security. Does this qualify as an issue for national security? Yeah. Grand jury proceedings? Maybe. We'll have to see. Juveniles? No. False Claims Act? Maybe. Criminal Justice Act? Very possible, probable. Personal identifiers? Definitely. There are a number of people who will need to be arrested. Having it sealed to conceal their identities, so until they've been arrested, will be crucial in making sure that everybody gets arrested, and that the news will only learn that there are people getting arrested and they're not quite sure why. Search warrants, yeah. Discovery. For the criminal case, that's a ways away. Not applicable in my particular case. Pleas? No, it's an open book. They pled guilty for their client. I just can't believe they did that. Voir dire. So let's find out what that means. I'm guessing French. Voir dire. Definition. Why are you making me spell out definition? A preliminary examination of a witness or juror by a judge or counsel. Okay. Maybe. Trial evidence? Most definitely. As arrests begin, evidence will need to be collected and thus protected. Sentencing? And yeah. If she gives the order of sentencing, there's exactly what I was thinking. Because the sentencing, the church is asking for a dismissal with prejudice, so that I never, ever sue the church ever again. That I leave them alone. Oh, yeah, okay. So that I can no longer utilize my First Amendment right to petition for a redress of grievances against the church. Because they're innocent, and I need to leave them alone. However, if she sides with me, there will be the judgment for the request for relief, and the potential arrest for criminal prosecution. And so settlement agreements, no, the church refuses any kind of settlement. They're in it for the kill. General considerations: discretion, appeals, storage, and procedural checklist. Let's go down to sentencing, because that would be the most plausible, applicable factor in my case. Courts have found qualified rights of access to sentencing. In one illustrative case, a district judge concluded that a psychiatric evaluation of the defendant submitted as part of the sentencing process would be publicly filed with limited redactions to protect the privacy of information of the defendant's personal history that was not germane to sentencing. Presentence reports, however, are not considered judicial records to which the public has a right of access. And that's it. So this is pretty limited on this as to what will be and how it will be. Okay, motion to seal should be publicly docketed. Okay, wow. Yeah, there was no motion to seal anything. Members of the news media and public must be afforded an opportunity to be heard on motions to seal. There should be a public record of permissions to do that. Sealing should be more extensive than necessary. Should be no more extensive than necessary. Okay, so it could be for any reason in particular. and they're not going into as detail a situation as I was hoping for. Let me check the internet once again. Sealing final judgments in federal civil courts. That's settlement arguments. There is no settlement. Sealed cases. Other sealed civil cases, often given other types. Cases still pursuing awaiting decisions. For cases in the last category, we wrote to the presiding judges to inquire why. Protective order. When it comes to sealing court records, the presumption of summary judgment, the parties often simply file the documents under seal. A federal case in Seattle. Final judgment in a civil case, sec.gov. Final judgment is entered against defendants. This could be of interest to me. It's 6 pages, it's a PDF form. It's an actual case. Goodness, applicable orders. Okay, so it had an actual filing from Tampa, Florida, but attached to it was the Civil Appeals Jurisdiction Checklist. There won't be any jurisdictional appeals for either of us in this case. If I lose, it will be with prejudice, and I will not be able to file an appeal or another case against the church, and vice versa. If I win, the church cannot appeal the decision to a higher court or the appeals court, and that's that for that. So that was not what I wanted. Governing sealing and redacting court records. The rule, more than 5 years after a final judgment has been entered in an action. ... U.S. Marshal Service, writ of execution, under seal of the court. So there really is nothing involved per se for the need to seal the case. It's at the judge's discretion, I guess, as to whether the list of table of contents qualify in the matter. And since this is going to go very public if I win, because it's going to directly affect everybody's life in America and the world. You're going to see the stock investments seized, if there are any left after the stock collapses, that they would have been involved in. And the closing down of all churches, even the ones in Russia. I still need to do that, don't I? I need to go over that. But I just found it curious as to what would happen if the final judgment was sealed and I couldn't find out what it was. So that's it.